Well, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for making your way to your mat this morning. So today we are going to use some blankets. If you don't have blankets at home, you can also use towels. And then if you have access to 2 blocks, that'll help in one of our poses. Or if you don't have blocks, then maybe some big books would also help. We're going to get started on our back. So start to make our way onto our back, spine connected to the mat. We're going to bend the knees and plant the feet on the mat. So knees are facing up towards the ceiling. And the soles of the feet are connected to the mat. And we'll just take these first few breaths to ground down, to really arrive in our practice. So maybe you're just waking up, or maybe you're just barely making your way to your mat. Maybe you've already had a lot go on this morning or today. Can you just, for the next 30 minutes, commit to being right here? So to help us do that, we're going to take some cleansing breaths. Start by taking a big inhale in through the nose. Open the mouth and let it go. Let's do that again. Big inhale in, take in whatever it was you were doing before this. Hold that at the top. Open the mouth and release it. And then another big inhale in, take in whatever it is you have to do after this, even if that's tons of things on your to-do list. Hold that at the top. Open the mouth and let it go. And now we'll start to drop right into our Ujjayi breath. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose, creating that soft whisper at the back of the throat. And we'll commit to really being present just with this breath for the next 30 minutes or so. Letting the breath be our primary focus and our poses coming secondary. In through the nose, out through the nose. A few more rounds. And then still staying connected with that breath, we'll start to bring the knees in towards the chest and take a few really easy rocks side to side. Starting to get the blood flowing in the hips and the low back. Then we're going to release the knees, spread the arms out wide, and let the knees both drop towards the right side of the mat. Just be here for a few breaths in this easy twist, beginning to open up the back and the hips. Inhale, lengthening the spine, and exhale, dropping the knees over a little bit more. This is one of my favorite poses, especially early in the morning, maybe if you slept stiffly or after being still for so long. It's a great pose to release some tension from the spine, the hips, and the low back. In our next inhale, we'll come back to center with the knees. Let's let them fall side to side a few times, really gently and easily. And then on our next exhale, they'll fall towards the left side of the mat. Inhale, lengthening the spine. Exhale, dropping the knees in. In our next inhale, we'll come back to center. We'll wrap the arms around the knees. Take a few rocks side to side. And then we'll gently begin to rock front to back, front to back, front to back, a few times until we build enough momentum to eventually come to sitting. When we come to sitting, we'll grab one of our blankets or maybe our towel, and maybe even folding it in half to give us that extra lift in the pelvis to help us maintain length in the spine. And we'll sit right on the very edge of it. So if we have the blanket, the tassels are facing the back of the mat. And then we'll just start to come to a comfortable seated pose. So maybe half lotus or easy cross-legged pose. And we'll lengthen the spine. So spine is nice and long and shoulders are relaxed and down. And let's bring the hands to the knees. We're going to find some more movement in the spine here with seated cat-cows. So on our inhale, we're going to press our sternum forward and let the head gently fall back. On our exhales, we're going to round the spine, chin towards the chest, spine towards the back of the mat. Our inhale will lift up, and our exhale will round back. So with your own breath, begin rotating between these two postures, lengthening the spine more and more. As we move into setting up our day, we're just focusing on how you want to feel today. So sometimes our focus is based on everything we have to do today. But can we shift that focus gently into, how do I want to feel today? Maybe the answer is successful and productive. Maybe you want to feel calm. Maybe you want to feel aligned and connected. And then maybe setting up your day in a way to meet that intention of how you want to feel as opposed to what you have to do. We'll take one more round of each. And after our last cat back, we'll come back to that long spine, shoulders down and relaxed. And on our next inhale, we're going to lift our hands up to the sky. Exhale, pressing the palms together, hands to the heart. Inhale, hands come high. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, hands come high. On your exhale, bringing your hands to the heart. This next inhale, let's lift up maybe a little bit higher this time, energizing the fingers, spreading them out, reaching up towards the sky, shoulders down and relaxed. Full inhale, lift the arms a little bit more, maybe head gently falls back. On the exhale, we're going to bend the elbows towards the sides of the mat and open up the heart. Inhale, we'll lift a little higher, maybe head falls back a little bit more, gently creating a back bend. Exhale, elbows towards the sides. Few more rounds with your own breath. Your inhale lifts you higher, energizing those fingers, spreading them far apart, back gently bends. Exhale, opening up the heart. A few more rounds. And maybe as you think of the things that you need to do today, can you align them to the way that you want to feel? And wherever you're at, we'll do one more complete round, a full round of lifting and a full round of opening, and then we'll bring the hands back to the knees. We're going to find a little bit more space now in the hips and in the shoulders. So we're going to come to our cow face legs. We'll start by bringing the left knee on the bottom, and we're going to attempt to stack the right knee on top. So some of us will be knee on top of knee. Some of us, perhaps, who are feeling a little tighter this morning in the hips or the low back, will instead come to ankle on top of knee. We can always grab our block or a book or even another blanket or towel to support that knee. Or some of us may instead come to shin on top of knee. So finding where you need to be today to bring that alignment. Spine is nice and long. And then we're going to add in an arm variation. We're going to add in our eagle arms. So we're going to spread the arms out long, and we're going to bring the right arm underneath and the left arm on top and wind them up. And so if you're feeling really tight this morning in the chest or in the shoulders. Instead, you can bring back of the palm to back of the palm. And wherever we're at in that pose, let's start to bring the thumb and press it in between the eyebrows to that third eye chakra. And our third eye chakra is associated with our vision and our focus. It really helps us guide our intuition and our judgment. We're beginning to activate that energy space in the body. And as we activate it, let's bring some mindfulness to what it is we're choosing to focus on today. If your focus perhaps is already on, oh, I have so much to do, I'm so busy today, I'm so tired, I can't wait till tonight to go back to sleep, then most of your energy will already be focused towards that unconscious intention. But if you can shift that focus instead to a more positive intention, or perhaps to how you want to feel today, then your energy and your productive output may instead follow that. One more full inhale. On our exhale, let's gently unwind the arms, and we're just going to switch legs. So very slowly, taking this knee or leg off and switching sides, bringing the right knee on the bottom now. Left knee attempts to stack on top, or else ankle on top, shin on top, spine nice and long. Shoulders are down and relaxed. And then we'll spread out those arms and we'll cross them under. Bringing the left underneath this time, right on top. Back of the palm to back of the palm is always an option. And again, bringing that thumb to press into that space between the eyebrows, third eye chakra. Keeping that breath connected. I think you'll find whatever you set up as your intention or as your vision for today, you'll find examples to confirm that along the way. So if you're starting from this place of lack, I have no energy today, then I can guarantee you'll find examples throughout your day of how that's true. But if you could start instead from a place of abundance, or focused on how you want to feel, I want to feel happy today, you'll find examples along your way to confirm that. One more full inhale. And then on our next exhale, we'll gently release the arms. If you need to, maybe moving the arms, letting the head fall side to side. We'll gently unwind the legs. We'll plant the feet on the mat, let the knees fall side to side a few times. And then using the hands, we're going to assist ourselves to coming to standing at the top of the mat. So take your time, move your props to the sides. And then we'll start to set up our mountain pose at the top of the mat. So mountain pose, we're positioning our ankles right underneath our knees and our knees underneath our hip points. So those bony points right at the top of the pelvis. We're finding alignment there. And let's pick up our toes and spread them apart nice and wide so that way we're firmly grounded in the low body. And we'll take just a slight bend in the knees. We'll begin to engage the core by bringing that belly button close to the thighs. And let's pick up our shoulders and relax them down and open the palms towards the front of the room. And again, energize those fingers. Spread them apart nice and wide. Inhale, hands come high. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, hands come high. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, hands come high. And on this exhale, we're starting to twist towards the left side of the mat. Let's reach back with the left arm, and with the front arm, let's stretch towards the front of the mat. Keeping those fingers nice and energized, spread apart nice and wide. Inhale, lengthening the spine a little bit more. Exhale, maybe deepening the twist a little bit. And then on our next inhale, we'll come back to center, hands lift a little bit higher, maybe head gently falls back, creating a gentle back bend. And then on our next exhale, we're just gonna switch to the opposite side. Reaching to the front and the back of the mat, maybe taking a quick glance over the front arm, quick glance over the back arm to make sure that they're reaching in the direction you thought they were. Inhale, finding more length in the spine. Exhale, twisting just a little more. And then our next inhale, we'll lift back up towards the ceiling. Inhale, grow a little taller. Exhale, maybe drop back a little bit more. Head falls back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbows towards the sides of the mat. Inhale, we lengthen back up, really energizing the spine. Exhale, opening up, offering the heart up. And one more round. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, opening. Our next inhale, we're gonna lift back up and we're gently gonna work into our back bend. Inhale, lift a little higher. Exhale, maybe you drop the head back gently, slowly bending towards the back of the mat. This is a very subtle movement. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bend. Keeping the back nice and safe, but energizing the spine. One more round. Big inhale. And on our exhale, slowly coming back to center. And then we'll drop the arms. We're going to start to open up the feet. So feet are pointed towards the corners of the mat. And we may want to grab our blocks here for support, placing them at the front of the mat on the right and left side. We're going to come to these half sun salutations through our Yogi Malasana squat. On our inhale, we're going to lift our hands to the sky. Pressing the palms together. On our exhale, we're going to squat down. And then if we need to, hands to the blocks, our hands to the mat. And then exhale, we're going to drop the head and neck, slowly lift up towards standing. Let's do that a few more rounds. Inhale, hands up to the sky, pressing the palms together. Exhale, dropping the hips through our squatted position. Hands to the blocks, our hands to the mat. Exhale, lifting the hips up, slowly coming back to standing. And let's do that one more time. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, squatting. And on this squat, we're going to hold our Malasana squat. You can always grab one of those blocks and place it underneath the hips. And we'll just be here for a few breaths in our squatting position, lifting the pelvis, lifting the sternum towards the front of the mat, energizing the low back and the hips, and also really providing some movement, some energy into the digestive system. A few more rounds. Maybe just finding a drishti or a focal point, maybe somewhere in the room to look at. Really focus your energy on, particularly if this is starting to become more intense for you. Holding that intention in mind about your day. One more full inhale. On our next exhale, hands to the mat, our hands to the blocks. Gently lift the hips, slowly roll back up to standing. And then rolling out the shoulders, rolling out the neck a few rounds. And then gently heel-toeing the feet back together. And then we're going to come back to sitting on the mat. And grabbing the blanket again to sit right on the edge of the blanket. Tassels facing the back of the room. And let's plant the feet on the mat and just easily let the knees fall side to side. And staying connected to the breath. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. And then let's start to come to just a very easy seated pose. Just really comfortable in the legs. Let's press the palms into the knees. And we're gently going to take some neck circles. So on our inhale, we'll bring one ear towards the shoulder. Exhale, chin down towards the chest. Inhale, ear towards the opposite shoulder, and exhale, head falls back and heavy. Really easy. Just keeping that breath connection. But if you're finding these points of tension or tightness in the neck, maybe taking some time to direct the breath to that space. On your exhales, maybe feeling a release of that tension or tightness. And you can stay working exactly where you are, or maybe you change the direction. So now bringing the opposite ear towards the shoulder and slowly roll around. Let's come back to center with the neck. If you need to, you could still take time there. If you're ready to move on, we'll move on to shoulder circles. Inhale, bringing the shoulders up by the ears, and exhale, letting them fall down and heavy. Inhale, shoulders lift. Exhale, shoulders release. So with your breath beginning to transition between these shoulder circles, on your exhale, really feeling that release from the shoulders. So it may be a physical release if there's tension or tightness buildup. It may be perhaps more of a mental release if you've had, metaphorically, something weighing your shoulders down. Allow that to just release in these next few breaths. Especially as you're setting your intention and your focus for today. Maybe there's something coming up that you're worried about. And so when we discuss allowing it to release from the body, we're not saying that we no longer care about that thing, or we're no longer going to take care of what needs to get taken care of. But maybe we just approach it with a new perspective, without the dread, without negativity attached to it, without so much desire to control the outcome. And let's change the direction of the shoulder circle. So now bringing the shoulders towards the front of the mat, now and allowing them to relax down. Still finding that breath connection. And let's take one more big inhale in. Open the mouth, release. We'll take any last minutes of movement. So if you needed to still roll around the neck, the shoulders, the spine, if there's still somewhere in the body that we haven't got to yet, just take a few more breaths in any movement before we come back to stillness. And then if you need to, you can change around the cross of the legs if they've become uncomfortable in this position. You can always bring the soles of the feet together if that feels better. You can come to a wall and bring your back right up against the wall if that feels more supportive. We're going to come into a closing meditation. So palms can be on the knees if you feel like you need more grounding. If you feel pretty grounded, if you feel like you're in your body, if you feel more connection, then maybe you flip the palms up in a symbol that you're ready now to receive. And the spine is nice and long. The shoulders are down and relaxed. Breathing returns more to its natural state, but we're still noticing the breath. In through the nose, out through the nose or mouth. And maybe just taking these next few moments to visualize how our day can match up with our intentions. What small shifts can you make in your day to match it up with that positive intention, that positive feeling that you want to cultivate? And in your next few exhales, what can you still release? What can you still let go of that's standing in the way? A negative thought, a negative feeling, a sense of dread, a sense of wanting to avoid. And with the palms lifted now, what can you receive? What do you need support in order for your day to unfold the way you're envisioning it? So receive that support, remembering that the universe has your back. Receive safety, creativity, empowerment, compassion, connection, good health. If there's anything that I did not mention, allow yourself to receive that in these next few breaths. And then let's begin to make gentle fists with the palms in a symbol that we are keeping some of these things for ourselves that we need to support us in cultivating our vision and our intention for the day. Let's take a big inhale in through the nose. Open the mouth, release the fist, and send some of that out to the world around us. Let's begin to bring the palms together at the heart, closing out our practice, reminding ourselves that our energy will flow where our intention goes. What will you choose to focus on today? With love and gratitude, I bow to you and say namaste. Thank you, yogis. Make it a great day. Thank you.